It's gonna
What
be
are
a
these,
great
by the way? These are cool.
These are the new ones, but now you kind of showed them. I guess now we have to show them to everybody. Do you want to show them?
Well, they've got SuperNOCs. No, they should be like NOCs of steel.
Okay, so we have made it to London. I'm staying at my favorite place, the Landmark Hotel. Every time I come to London, I stay here. But we made it here, so let's go enjoy London. All right, so we made it to London. We're gonna go meet up with a good friend of mine right now. I think you all know him. Final guesses?
Shadow down to his feet.
What's up, dude?
Yeah, good man.
How are you?
Yeah, cool man.
Good to see you. That's what it was. If you guys guessed correctly, hit that like button for Dynamo. Yo guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. I am joined by my buddy, the one and only Dynamo.
What's happening?
This is where I put like the cheers. I'm not gonna do that. It's just gonna be awkward silence. What's going on, man?
I'm cool, man.
We are here in your amazing crib, actually.
Well, I'll be honest, my wife picked most of this stuff. She's got good taste. I mean, she dropped the ball when she picked me, but I mean, everything else generally, she's got good taste. So
I can't, you know, I try to pick good things, whatever. The only thing I can't pick up is girls. Can't do that.
Yeah.
Not because I have a girlfriend. I just have a bad bag. I can't pick them up.
I was gonna say, yeah, they can be quite heavy. No, no, that's wrong.
All right, so we're here with a quick fire round question and answer with Dynamo. You're part of the circle, right?
Yeah.
But more importantly, you started out in Bradford, right?
I actually joined originally the Bradford Magic Circle.
So does that have anything to do with the Magic Circle here in London?
I don't think so, just that they've got similar names.
Gotcha. So you started out in Bradford. How old were you?
When I joined the circle, I was maybe 15, but I started obviously doing magic when I was like 11 years old. Now, interesting random fact about the Bradford Magic Circle for any of you cardists out there. So I joined the circle when I was 15, and I was kind of, I was there for a couple of years, and to the point where one day I decided to do a lecture at the Bradford Magic Circle. I was young and ambitious. I think I was 17 when I did this lecture, and at this lecture, on the day of the lecture, beforehand there was some auditions for like new members for the circle. Yeah. In the same as the Magic Circle in London, you get new members auditioning, and before the meets or before the events or the lectures that are going on. And on this particular night, my first ever lecture on magic, and it was actually a lecture mainly about like card flourishing, and before it was called cardistry, it was just flourishing, and I'd kind of had loads of new flourishes and flourishy based routines that I was going to lecture. And at my first lecture, one of the people who auditioned for the Bradford Magic Circle, who then obviously became a member that night, he stayed to watch my lecture, and it was the first time he'd ever seen flourishing or cardistry. It was a guy, you might have heard of him, called Daniel Madison. And I remember I taught Daniel Madison his first ever flourish.
So you created Daniel Madison.
That's my claim to magic fame. Yeah.
Wait, it goes down the line. So you created Daniel Madison. Daniel Madison created a whole spawn of a new generation of...
Oh yeah, Madison's incredible.
But you go all crazy and do like this thing and then this. I started doing this after I saw you do it. That was just pretty cool.
Yeah. I can probably remember a couple of the things that I did in my lecture. It was a really cool 4-ace production, which I'll do at the end of this video.
Yes, so stay tuned for that.
In the Spectator's Hands 4-card flourishy production.
Awesome. I like that.
Pretty cool. I think the first like flourishy cut that I showed Madison was this one. Completely false.
Very Madonna-ish, right? With this kind of stuff.
Yeah. I also, another random fact is I was the first person ever to bring the Buck Twins to the UK.
So now you created the Buck Twins too.
I didn't create the Buck Twins.
But
I was in the room at the same time. No, I'm joking.
So, all right, moving along, you did the lecture and that was well received. You joined Bradford Magic Circle. And then when did you sort of know that, like, I mean, you want to go into TV and things like that? Did that happen naturally?
You know
like
what, it was never like a thing that I wanted to go into TV or anything. I spent years trying to find the right platform for close-up magic.
Right.
Essentially, you know, I never really had the desire or the balls really to go on stage.
Yeah, because
you know, it's taken me, you know, even now I know I've done like shows at the O2 Arena, you know, I've done big venues, gone on stage all over the world, but you know, even creating the Seeing is Believing show that I took on tour, like the first, I'd say I've done that show about 250 times, and I'd say the first 40 times I hated it.
Really?
I hated the experience of being on stage. I was scared, and I didn't like. I just felt disconnected from the audience, because there's a difference when you're doing magic up close and personal. You can feel a connection. You can look in people's eyes directly.
Yeah, and get that feedback, like that automatic feedback, and you could go from one thing to the other. If you think they liked it, you keep going with it. If they didn't, you move on to something else.
Yeah,
but especially in a show, you have a script, you have a set thing to do, and also like for large theaters that you do, you can't really see them, right? It's all
you
pitch black.
can't as well, because for anyone who's ever not been on stage, you like. It looks like you walk out and you can see, like, you know, hundreds or thousands of people in front of you, but in reality, if you're on the stage, there's a spotlight on you, and the spotlight means that you actually can't see anything in front of you. You're kind of blinded by the light.
Yeah, it's pitch black.
So like so often when you're on stage, it took me a while to get used to speaking to nobody.
Yeah.
Because you can't actually see the faces of anybody. You can see like a blur, but everyone's silhouetted. So when I was first starting out, I never had a desire to go on stage, but I had a desire to share my magic with as many people as possible. You know, but I figured that I'm only one guy doing close-up magic. I can't go around to meet every person in the world and do a trick, you know. So I was looking for the right platform to do a show that will hit as many people as possible, but doesn't require me to walk out on stage. And it turned out when I first got into this, I initially started to create visual effects that I thought would look cool in music videos, because a lot of my friends growing up, they wanted to be singers or musicians or rappers.
And you had that style back when you were younger, right? When you first ones came out.
For me, it wasn't a style. For me, it was just that's how we were. Yeah. And I kind of, you know, I always thought, all right, well, my friends, they're making music videos, they're making demo tapes. So, you know, maybe I could create magic that can be in music videos. I've never seen a magician in a music video before, so I thought that's quite. And MTV had kind of just exploded.
Yeah, exactly. You know? And that vibe was so super new.
And then, you know, but then later down the line, you know, I realised that. Apologise if these guys watch this video, but some of my friends weren't actually as good a musicians as they thought they would be. So the whole career path and music videos that they were gonna make never came to fruition, and they got normal jobs. So I had to find another route to get my magic out there. So this thing called YouTube came out. It was like 2004 when it first came out.
Right.
And I'd been capturing loads of my content. You know, me and my friends had been travelling up and down the country, just doing magic to whoever we could meet, and filming it all. And we'd go to hip hop concerts, and we'd try and hustle our way backstage to meet like Snoop Dogg and rappers. But we actually filmed it all, and we managed to get back. I've got footage with Snoop from back in the day. I remember performing magic for him, and at the end, I was like being a bit cheeky. I was like, yeah, I'm just setting up a YouTube channel. Could you like do a little drop for my channel? And he goes, I got you, cuz. And he turns around to his laptop, found a beat, put it on full volume, and did a full 3-minute freestyle rap about the magic he'd just seen.
Wait, so you're saying you did to Snoop Dogg what I'm doing to you now? Can you drop a beat for my YouTube channel?
I'm not a beatboxer. There we go. So if you give a little snap, you get 2 red aces like that. And that's the 2 black ones.
Bam!
And it's called roll over and spread them because I'm going to teach it now. So set up black ace on top face to face, and then red ace face to face. As I've said, other 4 of a kinds are usable.
Can you do it with like the kings?
You could definitely do it with the kings.
What about the 2s?
Yeah, but then it's like a ballerina trick, the 2-2. Yeah. So you start off by doing a kind of, it's almost like a top shot, Leonard Green, you know, top shot, but without really having to fire it across, you know, like, you know, you're not doing the whole flicking it across like, you know, like Leonard Green style. You're just kind of almost coming over and almost peeling it off. Right. Yeah. So you get the first one, I give it a little spin. Yep. And then you're going to roll over this packet underneath this card, hence the title, roll over and spread them. Because when you roll over, like, so you bring the ace to the bottom like so, then you let the packets fall, but holding back the top card and then flicking it over, so you roll over and you spread them. So I'll do it one more time. So you've got 2 of a kind on top, face to face, and then just underneath that the other 2. So let's kind of set up. Yep. Rest of the deck face down. So you start, like I say, with like a top shot. So that's the first 2. Yep. And then you're gonna flip this packet. And I'll do this from this angle so you get a different angle there. You're basically gonna flip this packet over. It's almost like a half pass, but with one hand. And then you're using the thumb to drag that ace now to the bottom of the pack. So then if you now drop, you are left, you know, if you drop the cards now, you're left, you know, retaining this one. Yep. But then before you totally release the pack, you use this pack to roll that over, so we end up turning the deck face up. Nice. And then that's the roll over and spread them.
Alright, so there you have it. That was the video.
That was the video.
That was a video, that was a tutorial, that was the interview. It's gonna
what
be
are these, by the way? These are cool.
These are the new ones, but now you kind of showed them. I guess now we have to show them to everybody. Yeah. Do you want to show them?
Well, they've got SuperNOCs. No, they should be like NOCs of steel.
Heard it the first time, so these are the regular ones. That's a great name for it. The NOCs. I can see your act is picking up. Get it? Picking up? NOCs of steel, baby. Love that. I'm changing the name of them right now. So these are the NOCs of steel. They're available. I don't know when this video is going to come out, but they're available soon. So if you like this video, you know what to do. If you like Dynamo, that's it. All right, like, share, bye. Like, share, comment, bye.
I ain't a man that you've been looking for.